Hi, I'm Cheryl Koenigsberg, and today we're going to talk about how Dell EqualLogic transforms the way you manage your storage lifecycle. Let's take a look at this example EqualLogic environment. In this diagram, several hosts are connected through an IP SAN to two EqualLogic arrays. These arrays create a virtual pool of storage from which the hosts can allocate volumes as necessary to use for their applications. Today we're going to look at how EqualLogic provides a really different way for how you purchase, expand, upgrade, retire, and redeploy storage. To begin with, when you purchase an EqualLogic SAN, you only purchase the arrays that you require for your initial investment. What I mean by that is EqualLogic SANs are a frameless architecture. This is pure storage, where each array in an EqualLogic SAN has its own processor, its own cache, and its own I/O. Because of that, there's no need to know what your storage environment might look like 5 or 7 or 10 years from now to determine what your initial investment should be. You start out just by purchasing what you need and creating a storage pool that meets those initial requirements. So as you can see, purchasing an EqualLogic is much different from how you might be used to purchasing storage today. When it comes time to expand the SAN, things work a lot different as well. All you do is add another EqualLogic array to the environment, and the virtual pool of storage that you have just gets bigger. This occurs with no downtime, and all of the volumes that are in the original storage pool will automatically, through our load balancing algorithms, use all of the resources in the pool as well as possible to meet your performance and capacity requirements. So as you can see, expanding in an EqualLogic environment is very different as well. When you purchase an EqualLogic, all of the software is always included. We never charge you anything for licensing additional to just the purchase of the SAN. So if these boxes were purchased in 2006, and this box came online in 2010 and had a new version of firmware with some new features, you'd be able to download that firmware from EqualLogic.com and apply it to your older arrays. This would then unlock all of the capabilities that we were shipping in 2010 on all generations of the hardware that you have. So you can see how upgrading to gain access to new features is very different than what you might be used to. When it comes time to retire an array, let's say this array from 2006 no longer meets your performance or capacity requirements, what you can do is add a new array to your pool that would meet the performance and capacity requirements that you have. Your storage pool will get larger, just like it did when we talked about expansion. And then, as long as there's enough additional space in this pool, you could tell EqualLogic that you wanted to extricate this array, that you no longer wanted it to be part of the SAN here. When you did that, the storage pool would get slightly smaller because that array was no longer donating any of its space to the pool. But this array would then empty, and you could take it out of the storage pool altogether. So retiring is no longer a process of a forklift upgrade or a complicated data migration. This entire process takes place with no downtime, seamlessly, and with our automatic load balancers ensuring that whatever the configuration, you're making the best use of those resources for all of your application data. There's no need to throw this array away, however, once you've extricated it from a SAN. You could bring it up online in a remote site somewhere and use it to support the operations there. And because all of the software is included and resident on each of the EqualLogic boxes, you could also turn on replication between this new remote site that you brought on and your existing EqualLogic SAN, thus making the process of redeploying storage transformative as well. So today we took a look at how EqualLogic makes it different to purchase, expand, upgrade, retire, and redeploy storage assets. Thanks for joining us, and see you next time.